Hello YouTube, this is Sky. I'm doing my second video now. First one was my 4-month update on HRT, and this one I want to discuss uh, about our perception as transgendered or transsexuals, whatever term we want to call ourselves. Um, I've been reading forums where people have been either pre-HRT or have been on HRT, and they were worried. The ones on pre-HRT were worried about like not starting because they were so masculine, whether it be their height, their shoulder size, or just their features. Their facial features were so masculine, um, and the ones that maybe have been on hormones for a while, anywhere from 3 months, 3 months to maybe a couple of years, and they feel like they don't pass. Um, a lot of it is our self perception of what we see ourselves. Um, I mean, we grew up looking at our face in the mirror every day of our lives, and we know what we look like. Um, so when we get on HRT, our features are changing. A lot of things are happening to our bodies, but our features and our face specifically, the face that we've seen every day of our lives, just doesn't seem to change as much. Not in our minds. To some people, they don't have that hang up, but I'm kind of like one of those people who does have that hang up. But then later on, I'll see the changes. Um, but I'm always hard on myself, and most of us are. Uh, it's just like my eyes, my cheeks, my jaw, my nose. I know what they look like every day before HRT, um, and they always seem to look the same every day I look in the mirror. And after 4 months, as I'm looking at myself now in the viewer of my camera, um, my phone camera, I see the difference because I remember what I used to look like because I was taking pictures every day of myself, for making a journal of, so I can look back and see the differences. Um, but I mean, looking at every day, my face looks the same. But if I look at day one versus today, I'll see the difference. But when I wake up in the morning, that's not what I see. I see my old self. But that's not what everybody else sees. Um, I mean, in my mind, I know I do pass because I work every day as myself, and everybody sees me and interacts with me, and they treat me according to the gender that I present. Um, Even though I get read sometimes by customers or strangers, things are a little bit different today to where it's not a big deal like it was when I first started. Um, but yeah, I didn't start off very masculine, even though I tried to be, before I came to terms with my gender identity disorder, if it's still called that. Um, but I used to work out a lot. I wasn't tall, but I wasn't short either. I'm 5'7", maybe 5'6" now. I've shrank a little bit all around. uh, but I was nervous that I wasn't going to pass, but I told myself, before I started HRT that, if I had no chance of passing, if I felt like I had no chance of passing, I would not do it. But luckily for me, my need to transition and express myself and be who I wanted to be kind of overrode that. So, with that being said, there are people who can't get past that, mainly because they look in the mirror and they see a man. Um, but to tell you, um, that will change with HRT. I say maybe 95% of the time it will change with HRT, and time, patience. But I think that's a lot of people's problem is they're not patient because they want those changes right now. Um, but it's not going to happen. Uh, I mean, even though I'm doing good on 4 years or 4 months, I see the changes. I see a lot of changes, especially down in my jawline. It's way softer than what it used to be. Um, but and please comment if you've been watching my videos at all. If I look any different, I'd really appreciate that. um, but back to what I was saying. Yeah, it's all in our minds because we grew up looking in the mirror every day at our faces, so we don't see any different. Um, but you have to go out and judge yourself by how people treat you. I mean, if you get gendered correctly, then I think something's happening right. Either both your physical, your features, the way you present yourself, which is, I think, 50-50. If you can look as feminine as possible and then turn around with the deepest voice and your attitude is very masculine, very manly, then of course you're not going to pull it off. And on the other flip side is if you're nervous about presenting and you draw attention to yourself, of course, people are going to pay attention. So if you just relax, not worry about so much of what other people are thinking of you, in most cases where it doesn't affect your life, like your job or something like that, who cares? Just be yourself and do what you want to do. And then the hormones will help you with the rest. Just learn to present yourself. Make the effort to observe other females and see how they act and try to emulate that. As far as physically, I say most people will change under HRT. There are some that I've seen that's been on HRT for a couple years and they still look pretty masculine. However, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't matter anyways if they presented themselves so much as that. Yeah, but for the most part, I guess the main point is, if you present yourself, hormones will help with the rest, and don't worry about, right now how you look because that will change. Just give it time, give it patience, and learn, and then just sit back and enjoy the ride. For me, it's been great. There's times when I've had my bad days, but there's times when I wake up and I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh wow. And then, everything's great for the rest of the day. Um, but it's only temporary. So I guess that's all I really have to cover in this. So please feel free to comment if you have something to add or if you have any ideas for other videos, because it's hard for me to think of anything to do, much less try to find time. But I mean, if you come up with some ideas, I just don't want to repeat something you've seen on another video time after time, something that why add to it? There's a million one other people it's doing the same thing. But I guess this is just my journal for myself. Anyways, I will do another video on my 5-month mark on HRT, unless I come up with another idea or a topic to discuss. I'm not into doing makeup tutorials and stuff like that. I'm not a makeup queen. So there's 1,000 videos out there on that too. So I'm not even going to do that. And I don't do product stuff. So anyways, I guess I'll talk to you later.